All right, welcome everybody. This is Spencer with CoachNow, and Chris was kind enough to let me give an audit to his webpage here, his marketing site, if you will. If you're in the business of coaching and you want some help, send it our way, and I might just have a few minutes to kind of give you a few quick tips here. So, Chris, I know, has been super hard at work on building out his page here, and first impressions, I like to do this pretty quickly from looking at it. I don't want to dive too deep and concoct all these different ideas. I just want to kind of give it first impressions. First impressions, as I dig into it, I like it. I like it a lot. I think it's very professional, and it represents him well. Right? So here I am on the desktop, so the screen's going to be a little bigger than if we were on the phone. But we'll kind of see what we can do to simulate being on the phone here in a moment. But you got a nice picture here. Looks professional. Simple navigation at the top. And then as we scroll down, boom, right away, we got our offers. We know what's going on. Remote coaching, golf schools, and one-to-one face-to-face coaching. I think all of this right off the top, you're like, okay, I know what this guy's up to. I know where I'm supposed to head. And then if I scroll down a little bit, I get a little bit of a sense of what his story is, which is great, and I can find out more about him. Awesome. And then I'm learning more about his success with other athletes and his coaching career. There's a lot of text here. It's pretty small. I'm not entirely sure how much people are going to read. I know for myself, it's pretty small prime, so I'm probably not going to dig into it too much. So some potential edits here would be to kind of call out the story a little bit easier if possible, less text, a little bigger, kind of formatted a little bit differently. That'd be the only edit really. And then you get down here and you've got some basic information about where he's coaching, right? So very simple homepage, gets you straight to the point. Now, if we go up to the navigation, the great thing is it represents what's already here. If we go to shop, which I haven't done yet, let's go to shop and see what happens here. Cool. Shop's awesome. A great idea, right? So you've got not only his products, right? So you've got the CoachNow Remote Coaching Improver package, which I think is pretty dang cool, right? He's got these different packages here. And then he's also got physical goods. Smart idea. If you've got access to physical goods, why not, right? If you've got things that you recommend or you're an affiliate, great way to make some extra cash and giving your athletes what they need to be successful. But if we jump all the way back to home here and we go to remote coaching, let's talk about the model here, and that's something I just want to kind of dive into. Again, this text is solid, but at the same time, just with the kind of gradient and everything else, it's a little bit hard to read and it blends into the background, so I'm kind of gonna skim past it, right? And so I think when you're looking at your copy or anything that you're adding to your web page or your marketing pages, just make sure it's going to be useful, right? If it's a throwaway or it's hard to read, it might be worth revisiting that. This stuff though is pretty easy, right? You will need, how it works. Again, I think this text can be a little bit bigger. CoachNow is one word, so I would suggest just kind of tweaking that a little bit. But I think in general, it gives everybody the idea of what's going to happen, and then get the app, right? Which is great. One of the things that isn't completely obvious, I'm going to select the package below, completion of payment, great. Okay, and then he's going to invite in the athlete, which is a great place to be, but I think that could be spelled out a little clearer on how you're going to get started. But as far as the categories here, you will need, how it works, spot on, right? You want to walk people through it as simply as you can. Maybe if you put a 1, 2, 3 or something like that, it might be simpler, just to kind of call it out. Cool graphic here. It's not something we provided him, but I think it's really, really cool. Now let's get into the packages, right? This is where a lot of people want to pay attention. So the one-off analysis package, player, improver, and performance, right? So he's got these different things here, which is great. He's got the pricing, and it's pretty dang clear what's going on. So I think for anybody out there, this is something that you want to be paying attention to, is to be able to lay this out very clearly. So you can see at the top tier here, the main thing is that he's got this unlimited aspect to it. So before we jump, because I don't want to make this video super duper long, we're going to go back to the services and we're going to go to book now on the face-to-face. And again, this text's a little easier to read because of the background, right? So sometimes that's all it takes to just make it a little easier. Information about the facility and face-to-face. So one of the things I would suggest, Chris, as you are watching this, is let's look at some opportunities to create packages around your in-person coaching, not just hourly. And the way that I would do that is you still talk about CoachNow, you still talk about the opportunity to remain connected. So it's a mixture of in-person time and remote time. So I think face-to-face is great, but I think you're going to be looking at more of like a pure remote model and then kind of a hybrid model where it's in-person and remote. There's no reason why you're not going to be staying in touch in between the times that you see someone, and you might as well package that in, right? So an example would be for 400 pounds or 400 US dollars, you're going to get 2 hours of in-person coaching, a 30-minute Skype or video call, 2 questions answered a week, 2 video analyses a week for $400, right? So these are things that you might want to add into it. All in all, though, I think you've done an amazing job. You present yourself very professionally, and for those of you that are watching for a little bit of the inside tips or tricks here, hopefully some of the formatting and some of the packaging, I mean by that is the offers, how you kind of structure your offers. Hopefully there were some things that you picked up from this, and yeah, feel free to leave questions and ask for help. Thanks.